Good afternoon. It's late in the afternoon here. I'm in Naperville, Illinois, up at Springbrook, actually, which is the place I used to come and train quite often when I was living back here. My plank training started right here under this pavilion. But I went for a nice jog in the cold, just shy of a 10-minute mile on hard sand. It's as you are hard snow. It's almost like the sand that I get at low tide out in Carlsbad. Just a little bit colder, but it gives me time to reflect. And the gist of my message is getting out there and moving, and the benefits of just simply moving. I had a good friend ask me the other day, not too long ago, what's the one piece of advice I could give somebody that wanted to know about wellness or fitness or how to even get started in a training regimen so that it ultimately becomes a way of life. And I simply said, you got to move. That's all. Go walk for 30 minutes at a brisk pace. Come back, and then we'll chat about what kind of training regimen you might be on that would benefit you and help you lose weight or simply feel better about yourself. But so it's a way of life with me, obviously. Getting out and moving as I do. My cardio takes up about 30 to 45, 50 minutes a day is what I include. So, but it gives me a chance to reflect on my journey, so to speak, and more importantly, it gives me a chance to reflect on my trip, which started last Friday. Took me to Montreal, where I was able to train with the phenomenal Donna Glavatska, who is the Canadian record holder for the plank at 2 hours and 5 minutes, and was also the winner of the women's division of China's World Cup Plank Challenge this past May. And Donna still trains hard, is now moving into the yoga genre and becoming quite accomplished at her poses. All of which started with the plank, quite frankly. And I can tell you that she, with her partner, Karen Coffey from North Carolina, the two of them make up my cognitive crew of Team Hood. And together, they are awesome. And it's a real pleasure to have them aboard. So a shout out to Karen as well for her contributions to Team Hood and all that she does with the crew and so forth, and helping me accomplish my goals. But I had the pleasure of training this morning at Export, which is the club I used to train at, and I made many friends there, many clients. And Troy was here from Florida. Troy was part of Team Hood and was out in San Diego in November when we set the world record at 9:11:01 for the plank. And he was here in town, so we got to train, as well as Kathy Allender, who follows Team Hood and me on Facebook quite faithfully over the last several years. She's an awesome friend, was a great client back in the day, and her and Troy together were at Export today, so it was nice to share my story and some training with them at the club. I had breakfast this morning at Experience, which is where we hosted my first world record for the plank just over 5 years ago. And fond memories there, and meeting with two of the three sons, Andrew and Christopher, who's just back from Afghanistan and safe and sound. And both are phenomenal young men. And I'm very inspired by their youthfulness and their stories, and they'll do well. And then what time's left is mine. And I was carded this morning when I tried to qualify for the senior discount for my haircut, and she didn't believe that I was of senior status. So I had to produce my driver's license. At that point, I walked out the door. But, so not looking your age, I guess, is a good thing. But tomorrow I fly back to San Diego, reconnect with many people there, teach a few classes up at the Surf and Sand Resort, and get back into my groove with training. And some big things on the horizon in 2017. And I'm just inspired, and I'm grateful for the opportunities that have been presented or that have come before me with people that I've chatted with even today. Good things come, and I'm excited about some of the people and some of the opportunities that may lay ahead for me. Not the least of which is my continuing relationship with Move It Fitness out of Hong Kong, and helping them launch the Move It device, which you'll hear more about certainly after the first of the year. So that's all of it. That's my sit rep for now, and I'll be heading home to my hotel here shortly for an additional plank set, and then the evening meal, and then I'll be on a plane tomorrow late afternoon. So it's always a pleasure to connect this way. I hope you found this somewhat insightful. Remember, training continues, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for listening.